Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be starting a brand new campaign with Miao Ying. So, special thanks to Hudson for sponsoring this. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. I'm happy to make that happen for you. Right now, it's just $3 an episode, minimum 10 episodes. Be sure to email me first, and I'll let you know what the queue looks like. I know we do have a few in queue right now that I need to catch up on. And I can also do special orders if you have something a little different in mind. So Hudson donated extra to have me meet all of the victory conditions and do a full campaign with Miao Ying. So that's what we're going to do. Hudson also expressed an interest in maybe sponsoring some just guides for, like maybe 30-minute guide or something for different factions. So I can also do that if you'd like. And I will say that I am going to be more consistent now. I know that, for the past few months I've been a little inconsistent with school and family and all that, but I am going to get back into it. And I did figure out some of the major problems as far as production. I know it was a little bright for a while there with HDR. OBS finally released something that's compatible with HDR, so you should be able to see the high-level graphics without it being too bright. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to revisit the Village campaign. I think I got about 6 episodes of that in, because they updated the patch, and I didn't realize that the patches aren't backward compatible for some reason. So I'll talk to Jay, and I'll give him another one on the house that we'll do. So if you're watching Village, that's going to be it for Village, but we're going to go all the way through Cathay, and I know we have a Valkia campaign as well coming up with Cathay, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But anyways, let's go ahead and get in here. So you have a couple of choices, and Hudson said I could do either one. Zhao Ming basically specializes in melee champions. Pretty good bonus is you get extra armor for melee. You already have a lot of armor. Minus 25% upkeep for Ogre Mercenaries, which is cool, but you can't get a lot of those. Alchemists are cool, 20% cargo are cool, and he's a pretty good fighter as well. But I like Miao Ying. I think 50% off missile infantry is huge, because you have a lot of really strong missile infantry units, and 20% ammo faction-wide for everything. That includes like your cannons, your other war machines, like Sky Junk and things like that, is really nice. And I think her magic is a little bit better too. She has access to War of Life, which is really good when you can turn into a big dragon to be able to heal yourself for half of your HP with one of your spells. The rumor on the street is that's pretty good. So we're going to go with her. The -2 corruption could also be relevant in some circumstances, but let's go ahead and get in here. Now, as far as settings go, I'm going to turn on Ultimate Crisis Mode. I don't know. It says it's going to trigger everything all at once, so might get some crazy stuff. We get to turn 100. But we're just going to see how that goes down. And then Legendary Very Hard, of course. Alright, let's do it. So, Cathay, I would recommend as one of the better sort of starting factions if you play traditional Total War, you're new to the franchise. Their power level is decent, I'd probably give them a 7, maybe, in terms of power level. If I'm giving Nurgle like a 10, Slanesh, like a 10, probably, then I think they're good. So they're not as powerful, I would argue, as probably the greater demons from Warhammer 3 when you are playing them at a fully optimal level. But they're pretty good. And they're nice, well-balanced faction. She is extremely strong early game. She, is a pretty good fighter on her own, but when she turns into a dragon, you can just stay in dragon if you want and just have this, super powerful dragon early on. And then this Sky Junk is really, really strong, too. It does a lot of damage. I mean, 500 flying, 560 missile strength, splash damage, 360 range unit is just, insanely strong. Those are very good. Let's go ahead and just get into a fight here.
Let their feet become fleet. Witness my power.
I don't think we needed to turn anything on first. I'm gonna go ahead and just fight this, just so that we don't take too much damage early on. They don't have a ton of replenishment. It's okay. But basically, you want to have just your range units near your melee units for this yin and yang combo that you get. And you're sort of like dwarves. I think that's the closest comparison. Most of your units are really slow. It's like dwarves with a dragon and some powerful magic. So like most of your units are pretty slow, but they're very heavily armored. Like they start off with 80 armor. They're slow, but they have really high melee defense too. So 36, and then if you're near your general, then you're gonna get up to plus 12. So 48 melee defense early is huge. So and they have a lot of HPs. They can really hold the line quite well, and they're very cheap. And then your crossbowmen are okay. 18 missile strength is a little on the wimpy side. But they do have a ton of ammunition, like 26. A lot of early infantry is going to have like 20 ammo. So they scaled pretty well with anything that gives extra ammo. And they're just kind of built for longer fights. So they're not insane. They don't have a ton of armor-piercing damage, but they can put up some numbers. And they also have 80 armor, which is pretty strong. Peasants are just kind of worthless. And I mean, they are expendable. They do have 24 melee defense. They do have the discipline, so they can get up to 36 melee defense. So that's not like horrible. You can get a little bit of extra leadership, a little bit of extra melee attack. So with the bonus, I guess they're pretty good. But it's only like 40 more gold to run the Jade Warrior variants instead. So, you know, if you just need like a 20 stack later on of, you know, just serviceable units, then they're fine. But with your main army, you really want to just opt for the Jade Warriors. Actually, we'll just chill here. Okay, we need to try to knock out, yeah, those. And you also do get Searing Doom, which is quite good early on as a spell. 40 damage bombardment is nice. You get Storm of Shadows, which slows speed. You know, it's okay, not great. Earthblood is quite good. So yeah, I mean, they might even be an 8, possibly, maybe a 9. I don't know. They do have really, really good econ. What are we doing? Must have misclicked there. I don't know what we're doing here. These spears, those are spears. Alright, we'll just fight them, I guess. Alright, let's go charge them in the back, I guess. I don't know why she dropped target. Now, she can't cast her spells while she's in that form, it seems. They're pretty accurate, too. I was, like, practicing with some Dark Elves, and these are way more accurate. They definitely feel stronger than the Dark Elves that I just played with. Now, one thing to sort of note, you do get, she's very strong early on. Just heal her up. Any single target entity, you can heal it up at the end of the battle, and it's basically like free replenishment. Okay, I think that's good. So you have the monster, but you don't have a lot of great ways to break walls early on. So sieging can be a bit of a bummer. Now, your Sky Junk can knock out a lot of stuff off the ramparts, can clean it up. Your Jade Warriors can also clean it up, and they're good at soaking missile fire from enemies, and you have the healing magic to help out with that too. 21% replenishment, my god, that's so much. But we're going to take the cash, I guess, because we're not really that injured. I guess she got a little injured, the Alchemist, but we can heal her up at the end of a fight. Okay. So you do want to try to be in harmony, so we're +2 on Yin right now because she's a Yin army. And the way that you do this is basically you have different buildings over here, and then different technologies can also get you to where you want to be. So, like, Yin is for a lot of the ranged stuff. Vigor loss reduction is very good for Yang. Growth is okay. Industry buildings later on will be quite good. And then upkeep for Yang armies. Now, she's a Yen army, so we kind of want the upkeep reduction for Yen armies. Now, you only get 10% off Yen and 15% off... Or no, you get 10% off Yang. Okay. And, yeah, a lot of this is just kind of like ranged and defense. Extra army's good, or armor's good. Income from cities, 10% is pretty good. The peasant stuff is sort of whatever. Enemy hero action success chance -10%. That's quite good. And the peasant stuff's kind of junk. Income from sacking's okay. But yeah, I think just more ammo. Probably good. Peasant archers, dragon, and jade warrior crossbowmen. Yes, that's all your archers. Like, the vigor loss reduction is nice, but... So we're going pretty heavily in the Yin. So that means we need to get Yang units over here. Now, we could just get peasant archers. I mean... Obviously, they're not as good at taking fire. They're 100 gold. These are 150.
Dad,
what is it, Roy?
you said that I could have a fudge pops of gold when
The storm
we're done with calories.
Okay, I'll get you one. Okay, I'll get you one in just a second.
Isn't that right?
Okay, I did say it, yes. I'll get you one and just give me 1 second. Yeah, so we'll get this missile strength. What I'm thinking here is, do y'all want to go ahead and upgrade this to tier 2? And you can get shields with them too eventually, which is sort of whatever. Halberds are nice against demons. It's 2 turns. We're probably going to be out of that territory in 2 turns, though. Or we could get some of these. Now, I thought these would be a lot better, honestly, than they had been in my sort of practice. Because these just, they don't have any arcing shot, so it's so difficult to use them, and they're not fast. So, like, typically if you have, you know, Pistoliers or Outriders or something from Empire, you can reposition behind them and shoot them. But these kind of, you know, gunpowder units that can't reposition, especially that don't have a lot of range, can be a little on the weak side. Getting some horsemen might actually be something I'm interested in. Because we don't have any way, like, comfortable way to run stuff down and to, like, flank. I think I kind of like the idea of grabbing one of these really quickly and then just hiring a few horses, hiring a couple of horses, and then selling it and getting something else. We do need to get a growth building. So probably this. Now the Yang and Yin, like the Yin does have better buildings overall, usually. Like Yang is usually combat and Yin's going to give you more money. So this is trade tariffs plus 2%, 150. This gives 100, 200, 200. So you get extra money there and you don't get anything here. But so like Yin is low-key better almost always. But the Yin technologies are also better. So bullets, Jade Crossbowmen, Jade Warriors. Okay, yeah, let's just get one of these. It's pretty cheap, just so we can grab a couple of horses. As far as this compass goes, you can kind of pick all these different places where you put it and blah, blah, blah. I mean, the Great Bastion thread is okay. This lowers magic, which is bad, I think. I mean, getting rid of the corruption if you get overly corrupt could be good. Public order's nice, but like this right here, the growth, and then income from all buildings in all of Cathay plus 15%, and then extra chance of Winds of Magic going up. And you have a pretty powerful mage in your army. It's like, yeah, we're going that way. Okay. Dragon Helms, make sure she's equipped with everything. Yeah. And then, so you want to balance the yin and the yang, which we're not doing yet. I think I want to hire 2 more
Miao Ying.
melee, so let's go ahead and take this out. Okay, so we do have a caravan. Now, you can only send off 1 caravan at a time. You always want to max out the money, and that's going to give you the most return. And then just kind of look for the bargains. Some of these take a lot fewer turns. I believe it also gives you some diplomacy with the group, so that's a little something to think about. We're probably not going to come down here because we're just trying to take over Cathay for the victory conditions, but I know that in the Warhammer 3 campaign, you could, like, retrieve certain items. You had a chance to retrieve certain items after you completed a trade route. So that's 10 turns for that. 6 turns for this. 6 turns for 4,700. Versus 10 turns for a lot less. So it tells you the direction that stuff will go. But yeah, I mean, that looks like the best bargain to me. How many turns is that? 7? Well, now it's saying 7 turns on that. There you go, 6. I guess you can pick the path. Six turns. Alright, we're gonna send it. So that, you can get randomly attacked on the road too, which I think is pretty fun. You get these little small scale skirmish battles, and they have their own stats. It's an interesting little mini game. Okay, we got that.
Witness my power.
All right, they think they have some kind of prayer. I think otherwise. It is very, very nice to have a powerful artillery piece in your starting army. It's just, it changes the dynamics of the fight so much. Because you force them to come to you. So I've always been a big fan of any time you can get good artillery.
The celestial faithful.
I would invest very heavily into it. Even in multiplayer back in the day, I know it, and I'm obviously like super far off the meta. I haven't really played multiplayer in like 5 years or something at this point, but just having the artillery superiority is just huge.
The power of a dragon and the might of Nangao, we can only prevail.
Let's hit those. We don't want to aim in the
Sorceress outcast.
Alright, we'll wait till they stand still, and then we'll use the
Stars align. Sorcerer of secrets.
Thoughts in harmony. Jade crossbows. Sent by dragons. Praise the dragons. Dragon crossbows. For the moon dragon. Emperor's will.
Power of the elements.
Stone and steel. Crossbowman.
Mistress of storms.
Eat up pieces the dragons.
Senyang, guide me.
Order and the balance. We obey. Bringing harmony. For the Emperor. My duty.
Alright, they're about to break. Let's go ahead and take them out.
Stone and steel. Defend the realm.
I don't know what's going on over here.
For Cathay. For the defense.
A mighty elixir.
Maybe she took damage from...
Execute them. Dragon Guard. Warrior crossbows. For the moon dragon. Jade warriors. Immediately.
Secrets of the
Never
elements.
focus. Attacking unison. They will perish.
I could be using the bombs too, but...
Metallurgist.
Shenyang's faithful.
A trail of secrets. Shaper of steel.
Harmonious roar.
Harmony of the wind. Roar of metal.
Rise.
Warp stone and steel. My duty. Setting forth. Gyrat's fury.
Fight as one. For the Emperor. We will.
Oh, I'm out of magic. Wait, am I? I don't like how that thing just kind of randomly moves around.
Harmony.
For the defense.
Okay, there we go.
Behold the tempest. The elements
Please tell me it healed her. Oh my
recognize
gosh, really?
Celestial magic.
It didn't select for the single entity. It should prioritize single entities over multi-entity units, in my opinion. Okay, they're all gonna die as a town. Also, a lot of your top-end units are going to be, like, ranged units. You don't have a lot of meaningful large monsters. You do have, like, the terracotta giant or whatever it is, who's okay, but not insane. You also don't have any, like, elite sword units. You know, you've got some tier 4 halberds, which are alright, but it's really those tier 5 archers that are the big deal. You get almost nothing here. It costs more to repair the town if I sacked it, so
the storm.
just do it that way. Any growth. Recruitment capacity is nice. I think I may go ahead and go for that. And then over here, I'm going to throw down a young growth building. So we need to get to tier 4 ASAP. And then we can, or tier 3 ASAP, and then we can sell these buildings. Because we really, really want to get the artillery. These are, I don't know, the Sky Lanterns are probably pretty good too. To be honest, I don't know about the Astromancer, but the Grand Cannon, I mean, like, these Hellfire rockets are really what we want, but the Grand Cannon will help us on sieges quite a bit. So we really want to get to tier 3.
Storm Dragon.
Alright, and then here, the blue tree is pretty underwhelming. We're going to have a lot of green, or a lot of money anyways. Irrepressible for the extra replenishment is strong. Quartermaster and Great Bastion are both good. Local recruitment capacity +2 is pretty legit. But I still feel like Eastern Fires, or wait, what is this for? Gunners, Crane Gunners, Cannon, and Fire Rockets. Okay, so this is for infantry. This is for rockets and such. %12 missile strength for that is pretty good. I mean, we are doing quite a lot of damage right now. Range is legit though. We're gonna go for more power here.
Fit for the dragon's daughter.
Enchanted Metallurgy. I think I just want more Searing Doom. That's 1 on the normal cost Searing Doom. Yeah, I think that's all I want.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
See, this is for the caravan or whatever. When you level up, you can get all kinds of things. Caravan shortcut event, -25%. Like, they have some pretty cool skills. We'll get into that a little bit more later.
The storm.
Okay, and then I think we go ahead and upgrade that too. Getting a little bit greedy with the upgrades, but I would like to have more archers. I would like to have 6 or 7 archers.
The Emperor's chosen daughter.
Since we have so many bonuses for them. Okay, diplomacy, quick deal.
The dragon-blooded.
Imperial. I think I want to be friends with them. They're going to get shanked, probably. They've got 6 settlements, but 2 of them are on the outside. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's see if...
I speak with the wisdom of dragons behind me.
Trade agreement.
For the dragon.
Yeah, we'll play nice with them.
Cathay etat.
Xiao Ming.
Okay. Because, yeah, if we get military agreements with other factions, then we also get the win. So the long-term victory conditions, long campaign, we have to have 70 settlements, destroy rebels and evil stuff, you know, in the Great Bastion. Okay, and then vassals or military allies, Western Great Bastion, Central. Okay, the 3 gates, basically. And then we get it. The only one that could be a problem is Heralds of Tempest, because they're, like, on the outside. And if they go, like, far to the west, that's going to be a pain in the butt. But everything else, I think, should be pretty self-contained to the area. So we'll just hope he doesn't troll. Okay. Are we hiring? No, we need to hire. I want want to forget that.
Bastion. The defense effort has need.
Ooh.
Check your weapons.
How much for getting 1,600 a turn? I do want 2 horses. I think it's worth paying up for 2 horses. So you are going to be running a little light on cash here, but... we could maybe cancel the Jade crossbowman thing if we have to for a couple of turns.
The Storm Dragon. The Great Crusade. When
I'm surprised they're saying that in like 2022, like a Great Crusade. Wow, those are pretty cheap. I mean, they're not great in hand-to-hand combat, but like the reason that I want these are for flanking, taking like, you know, objective points or whatever, and just for running down stuff at the end of battle. Like that's really underrated, you know, so that you don't have to fight something again and they can't keep running away from you. And just distracting too, like artillery are very versatile. Horrible on traditional sieges, but with these kind of like new age sieges, they're pretty good. I'm gonna keep this because if we change it, I'm not sure if we'll get all 3 horses next turn.
This is action.
Okay, and then 76 growth. Okay, so it'll be a few turns on that. Caravan's moving.
On guard.
The Center Lords of Genshin. Am I not already at war with them? I guess not. Western provinces. Where are they? Oh, they're right there. Nah.
City Commander.
Okay, so we could do a Celestial Loyalist. I am already non-aggroed with them. Okay, so I guess we'll play nice with them.
Together we shall maintain order
And
balance
military
in the
access.
world. This honors the Emperor.
Lord Magistrate.
Okay, we're keeping the horses. Alright. Now we get how much growth? 40 growth for balancing. Ugh. So we're losing out on a lot of growth by not balancing right away. By going for these horses, but getting those 3 horses are nice.
Ready to defend. Witness my power.
Taking them down. Yeah, I mean they have no chance. I mean you have a pretty easy start position too. Like these little guys are not great. Like Cathay in general is not that spooky if it's not one of those legendary lords that turns into dragons, basically.
Ready as always.
Zhanyang's faithful. Thoughts in
Wait,
harmony.
why is this not a city battle? Did they change it so there are less
Dragon crossbow.
minor settlement battles?
Crossbowman. The Celestial faithful.
I didn't read the patch notes. I know that was very, very unpopular, that every single fight was a minor city settlement battle.
Never conquered.
I thought when I was practicing with Dark Elves, I'm like, maybe that's just a Skaven thing.
Crossbowman. With joy. Cavalry. Move as we.
That is gonna help, like, accelerate games quite a bit. I mean, the minor cities are, like...
Defenders of Cathay!
It is cool, but it's also kinda...
King Cathay's foes!
The gameplay is similarly... can be repetitive.
Marching as one!
I mean, you could argue open field battles are kind of like that too. It's more defensive. Like, it's easier to defend, obviously, for players and for the AI.
Stone and steel! Fight as one! By celestial decree!
Wind and fire! Marching as one! Fight as one!
Praise the dragons!
The Storm Dragon.
Defend the realm!
By celestial decree.
Peasant horsemen! Jade warriors! Defend the realm!
The storm wind blows.
Order and balance! Sent by dragon! Move as wind! Horsemen!
Yeah, I would like for them to get rid of the minor city settlements.
Naturally!
Ready to defend!
I mean, I think that the big city sieges, I think those are pretty nice. Like, I think there are more options. I think it should be harder to take those. I like those, the capitals, but the minor ones,
Guided by ancestors!
it felt like it did get a little redundant occasionally.
Bringing harmony! Celestial fury! Minds as one! Harmonious wrath!
Sorcerer of secrets!
Guided by ancestors! Guided by ancestors!
Or at least getting rid of them on the Warhammer 3 map, because it's so big and there's so much to do. Like, right there, really, do I need to fight that? Like, I mean, I guess I could have auto-resolved it. But those were two of the biggest complaints, I feel like, were too many minor city settlement fights, and the auto-resolves were too punishing. So I feel like when I played this before, when I was practicing with the Miao Ying campaign, so I usually like to practice about, you know, 5 or 10 turns just to kind of see the opener.
Make a watchtower of it.
I'm almost positive we had to attack a town. Was it, this one was open field too, wasn't it?
The
Yeah, open
storm
field is just way faster, which is nice. Okay. We'll keep it. Money. Yang. Are we balanced now? Okay, we're balanced now. Good. That's actually perfect. Okay, so do we go up here one? Is there really a reason to go to tier 2? Yeah, you got a money building and a growth building for this, because we would like to get to tier 4 if we can. You're not going to run as far away from home with Cathay as you would with some other factions, because we're just trying to take over this main area. Yeah. It kind of sucks it's only a 3 town. I mean, it feels like it should be a 10 town where you get 2 slots per upgrade, but whatever. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of that. I mean, it basically costs us 3, like, we're gonna get back probably 450, 500 gold for selling that. And then I'll open up a slot, and then we could put a money building there. And it's like, yeah, we're probably gonna buy it back, or we could, if we want to, buy it back at tier 3. I'm not sure if we need to do that, though. We could just slap one of these in a tier 1 town. Like, we don't need the... I mean, yes, having upgrade cavalry is nice, but really, it's not that much more damage, right? 26, 26, 26, 28. Yes, it weighs more. It's going to have a heavier charge. It's obviously has more armor, but we don't need it to do heavy lifting. We just need it to harass archers and run stuff down and like collect, you know, victory points or whatever in battles. And this is half the cost. Yeah. So I think we can just get rid of this and just put this in a secondary town somewhere. Now it's 4 turns to get to tier 3, which is what we want. So I guess we'll just wait on this. We're already getting the money or growth. That's fine. Okay, and this is all good.
The tempest grows ever stronger.
Okay, now these hounds are actually quite good on sieges. I've tested them out. They're only 8 for a vortex. Now they only do 15 damage per hit, but they hit quite a lot. Last for 13 seconds. I can't believe this is 36. That's so much. But yeah, metal magic's definitely stronger than it was. Okay.
Miao Ying.
Do we want to hire anymore? We want, like, I mean, we could just get peasant archers for now.
Muscle and metal.
Yeah, they don't have enough to deal with us.
Fire and met.
Lord Magistrate.
Clan Eshin wants to trade with us?
Yes.
No. We gotta kill them.
The Celestial Blacksmith.
Alright. Keep going. I really wish this was part of that province, though. These, like, 2-stack faction capital provinces are kind of troll. But we do have other ways to get growth, so I guess that's fair. Okay, so this is an event where we get some extra units. Do we want halberds or peasant archers? Halberds, right? I mean, if these were jade archers, it'd be a little different. We don't have a lot of archers. We do have crane gunners. The halberds are very nice against ogres, which are probably one of the more popular things we're going to get ambushed by, because we're going through the mountains a lot. Yeah, I think it's easily these halberds. Okay, now we're about to get a yin next turn, so that means we need a yang here. Do we go for growth? Tier 4 is quite good. Like, these things are beast mode. Celestial Dragon Guard are quite good. I think they may have been buffed. 43 defense when you get a bonus of like 12 is quite a bit. That's 55, and they're heavily armor piercing. That's pretty legit. Obviously, shielded with heavy armor. Like, those are good. Those are good. Maybe I'm not giving those enough credit. This Wuzhang Compass or whatever. You basically get 100 extra magic worth of value out of them. Okay, that's good. I mean, maybe these guys are an 8 or a 9, Cathay. Maybe I'm underestimating them, because that stuff seems pretty legit. So, if that's the case, we do kind of need money, though. It's just like, what's going to be more valuable right now? 10 growth, just 10% faster speed, or 10 money. Sadie, honey. Cat's like digging her claws in my leg. Alright, I'm gonna go growth, I think. We can upgrade that to get to 20 growth pretty cheaply. 4% building reduction, 5%. It's like, come on, man. That's kind of troll.
I stand apart. Storm Dragon.
Okay, so we can't hit him in one turn. I wonder if we stand like right here. Will that let us hit him?
Ancestors, watch over us.
Because that would let me hire 3 Jade Archers if I could go right there. Because I can't hit this in one turn anyways. That's... That's the Nanyi province, right? Gunpowder Road. Where is this? Oh, it's part of this. Nanyi, yeah. Alright, this is gonna kind of be a gamble here, but...
The storm gathers.
I hope I can get there in one turn. I think I probably can next turn.
I will earn my mother's trust.
The reason I want to do that is to hire more archers.
Answer.
Okay, and then all that's all good. Oh, this is kind of cool too, that you can add units from different factions in there. Yeah. $500 permanently get an Empire Captain, sure. I didn't realize you get 25%. Yeah, 8 control my... Yeah, it's like, if you keep it balanced, that's an insanely powerful buff. Okay, and then... I guess we can do control +4, or... Or research rate. Control affects growth, so let's do control.
Ready to defend.
Extra armor. I mean, we do have a lot of armor, but don't need to spam hero stuff. That stops our progression, though. We really want to get to this 10%. Yeah, 10% upkeep production is pretty big, and scales extremely well later on in the game. Okay, yes, we got it.
My mother would approve.
OP.
For the bastion.
Whoa. Whoa! Where the hell did all this come from?
Miao Ying.
Interference will cost you dearly. I bow.
I mean, it's all like all peasants.
Interference will cost you dearly.
Especially if this is this open field now?
Suffer the tempest.
Yeah, it looks like they got rid of minor settlement battles. Yes! I didn't even notice that. Like I said, I've been kind of out of the loop. I'm trying to get back into it. But, Hell yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was that bad, but honestly, after playing through these campaigns, it does slow it down quite a lot. And especially as someone who, you know, almost never gets to the end of a campaign, this will help out with the speed and let us go deeper in campaigns faster. Because, I mean, we're going to crush this regardless of if it's in a town or not. Okay, give me just 1 second. I'll give Rory that bar I promised her. Rory. Okay, almost forgot about that. But she was doing a good job being patient. Okay, so these dudes are coming in over here. So we're just going to stack up over here.
Warrior crossbows!
Crossbowman. Dragon crossbows. Cavalry. Never conquered.
So they're going to be coming through this little choke. But I should be able to just run. Can I run through that? Or does that count? Is that water? Oh, that is water. Okay. No, that's not. Okay. So yeah, there are a couple places I could run through.
Defenders of Cathay. Mines that
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like these kind of battles, obviously it's going to make it,
Ready to defend.
like,
My elixir is already
easier, sort of. It's complicated. It makes it easier for you to be aggressive.
faithful.
It's easier for you to be...
Power of a dragon and the might of Nankao, we can only prevail.
It's easier for you to be aggressive, but it's harder for you to defend.
Necessary.
And there are a lot of, like, cheesy secondary town defenses of stuff that you should not be able to defend, like, realistically.
with joy.
So,
I
like, it's cute the first couple of times, you know, with Nurgle, where you have this, you know, small little ragtag group of,
elemental majesty.
Immediately.
you know, little ragtag group of, you know, 5 garrison units that can hold off a 20 stack because the towers are super OP. Like, that's fun once or twice, but then after that, it's like, okay, I'm just way, way too strong. I should not be allowed to do that in these situations.
A trail of secrets.
Crossbowmen. Marching as one.
Sent by Gairan.
Warp stone and steel. Thoughts in harmony. For the moon dragon.
Move in formation.
March for the Emperor.
Repositioning.
Master of Tempest.
The winds of battle.
All of metal.
Naturally. Fight as one.
The storm unleashed.
Harmonious birth. They will perish. Marching as one. Bringing harmony.
Guided by ancestors. Crossbowmen.
Fight as one. Jade crossbow. Will of the dragon.
Move as wind.
The storm dragon. Behold the tempest.
Master metallurgist.
The emperor expects.
Celestial fury.
Harmonious roar.
Jade crossbows.
By celestial decree. For the emperor. Celestial fury. Guided by ancestors.
Sent by dragons.
Seeking Cathay's foe.
Shenyang's faithful.
March in ordered ranks.
Oh, I didn't even notice those dudes. Oh, oh shit.
By dragon.
Naturally.
Defend the realm.
Sorcerer of secrets.
Thoughts in harmony. The Emperor's will. We obey. Order and balance. Restore order. Warrior crossbows.
By celestial decree.
Dragon Guard. For the Moon Dragon.
Order and balance.
Acolyte of secrets.
It pleases the dragons. With pride.
Master of tempest. Power of the elements.
For Cathay.
Storm gathers.
Cavalry.
Stone and steel. Sent by dragons. The dragons ask. For Cathay.
Sent by dragons. Shenyang's faithful.
Mistress of storms.
Stone and steel. Harmonious rock.
Sorceress outcast. This way. Jade crossbows. Marching as one.
Praise the dragons. Without hesitation.
Move in formation.
They will perish.
We obey. For Cathay.
Marching as one.
Shenyang sends us.
Dragon crossbows.
The celestial daughter.
Marching as one. Peasant horsemen. The celestial faithful.
Crossbowmen.
Move as wind.
Defend the realm.
Jade warriors.
Thoughts in harmony. Defend the realm. Harmonious rock. Defenders of Cathay. Move as wind.
Warrior crossbows. Celestial fury.
Restore order. Cavalry. Fight as one. Peasant horseman. Repositioning. Yes. Guided by ancestors.
Warriors.
Crossbowman. Shenyang sends us. It is fated. Jade warriors. Defend the realm.
I think sometimes in city fights, like this one, from what I remember in practice, I think it actually is easier because they group up and they're just so much more vulnerable to like vortex spells.
Crossbowmen.
But I think like tactically, this is so much more interesting. Like a lot of these open-ended, open field fights.
Emperor expects.
Horsemen. Seeking Cathay's
So
foe.
some of them are gonna get to run, but some of them aren't. I guess we'll just save some time. Most of them are gonna die. Belagar Iron. Why are they quoting dwarves as Cathay? Come on, man. Wow. Minus 10 permanently for 10% for overcast spells. It's pretty legit. I mean, I guess that's not like insane. That's 1 or 2 points. But if it rounds up, that's really good. If it like something costs 15 and it gives you 2. Alright, we're just gonna loot on or occupy on most of these. And we're at an hour. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to make most of these under an hour. Oh, we got horses too. I'll try to keep most of these to under an hour just to make them nice and digestible. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Be sure to like and subscribe. Special thanks again to Hudson for sponsoring this. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestratchprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day.